Oi mates, welcome back to another episode of 80K Theory. Today, we'll be looking at the Icewings and their stance in the later part of the War of Sandwing Secession. So, before we get into the main theory, we need to give context for those who haven't read the books, and stop the video now if you do not want to be spoiled, as this will involve spoilers for the Wings of Fire series. About 2 years after the death of Queen Oasis, Blaze, one of the 3 Sandwing princesses competing for the throne of the Sandwings, came to the Icewings and proposed an alliance to help her take the Sandwing throne in exchange for some of the Sandwings' northern territory bordering the Icewings. Queen Glacier accepted this offer and assembled her armies, anticipating an attack from their new enemies. This attack would come in an offensive led by the Sandwings and spearheaded by General Sixclaws, who, if you couldn't tell, had 6 claws in each talon. And it must have been doing well, as the Nightwing sent an assassin after him who convinced Sixclaws to desert. With Byrne seeing a potential alliance in the newly unaligned Mudwings, she sent her army to force them into an alliance, and with their main general gone, the Sandwing offensive ended. With Byrne focusing her forces on Blister and the Sea Wings, an opportunity for an attack against the Skywing, Mudwing, Sandwing alliance was presented to the Icewings. Around 5004 to 5007, after Scorching, the Icewings would attack the Five-Tail River, taking it over in a matter of weeks. Icewings that had been against the war went to the only town that no one would look for them, that being the Scorpion Den. Now, many saw an opportunity, and the few made the hard journey from the Five-Tail River to the Scorpion Den, which is why we see several Icewings there by the time of Book 5. We also see a few of them in possibility by the end of the war, though it is likely they didn't hold all of the river for as long by the end of the war, and the town would be back in Sandwing hands by then. No matter, the northern part of the river would be enough to mount their next part of the offensive, an attack into Skywing territory. Battles between the Skywings and Icewings are alluded to throughout the series, but directly confirmed in the prologue of Winter Turning when Hailstorm says he had seen Queen Scarlet during a battle. It is also likely that the Icewings mounted at least one attack on the Skywing Palace as Clay spots collapsed towers and scorch marks along the walls from the Skywings' defense. It is unlikely this was the Sea Wings, as Sea Wings are only really useful in battle and coastal attacks, or if they are in the sea. Also, the fact that several Icewing prisoners can be spotted in the Skywing arena during the events of Book 1 shows that battles between Icewings and Skywings were happening up until the main series. The Icewings wouldn't stop at a few attacks on the Skywings, though. They would launch an attack on the Sandwings' new ally, the Mudwings. Around the time of the Brightest Night, the Icewings started attacking the Mudwings. This resulted in the Mudwings mobilizing their reserves near the Skywing border, not sending many active-duty soldiers due to the Byrne's demands to find and destroy the Sea Wing Palace. Several battles likely happened, as by this time of Book 1, the frontier settlement that we found Clay's siblings on the outskirts of, the Mudwing territory, has soldiers doing drills to ready for battle. Around this time, the Icewings are able to take over part of the Claws of Clouds Mountains, as they would need a place closer to where they would attack next and allow supplies to flow more easily to the active troops attacking the Mudwings. From the Claws of Clouds Mountains, they launched attacks into Mudwing territory, though by the time of the main series, the Mudwings had begun counterattacks, resulting in the battle for the Diamond Spray River. Soon after the battle for the Diamond Spray River, the Icewings began ambushing Mudwing patrols near the Claws of Clouds Mountains. This part of the theory is the one we know the least about, but we know that around the time of the Brightest Night, the Icewings and Sea Wings were fighting, as Webb said that Ash had died in a battle between Blaze and Blister soldiers. Therefore, it is likely that a contingent of Icewings got lost and ran into some Sea Wings to start a battle. Well, the Great Icewing Offensive would slowly be pushed back by Byrne's alliance, and a Mudwing invasion deep into Icewing territory would even get organized. The war ended before it could begin. Understanding the offensive shows the bigger picture of the War of Sandwing Secession, and who it played out, and the effects of the Icewing offensive still linger today in Peoria, as many Mudwings after the war are still scarred to this day, such as Sora, a former student at Jade Mountain Academy, would attempt to kill a fellow student, Icicle, because she had killed her sister during the Battle of the Diamond Spray River. Well, Wings of Fire is a fictional story. Fictional worlds have histories like our own, and sometimes we can see ourselves in characters and events that can seem eerily similar to events in real life. And as always, have a great day, and thanks for watching.